you look someone in the eye, what do you see? Do you see a bad guy? Do you see a good guy? Do you see this man or this man? Or do you see this guy? A hero to all people. Or do you see this villain inside? Or lastly, do you see this a girl with craziness? Or do you see something like this? That is lazy. Or do you see someone with a cool rocket ship and they allow you on it, or they hate you? It doesn't matter. It's still dope though. Or do you see an ice skater like me? Or do you see a Christmas lover like him? Or do you see this guy that loves mammoths for some reason? Or do you see this guy that's gone crazy because he's been doing YouTube so long and has done 100 videos straight like me, and I don't have like, and 75% of you aren't subscribed, like actually like 90%, so please subscribe. And 10% is kind of hard to get, so if you want to be at 10%, then yeah, that's dope, right? Or do you want to be like this guy that looks kind of dope but people say he's bad? Or do you want to be this girl that loves the ocean and burps like that? Or do you see this guy that won't give up, that will keep fighting and never give up? Or do you see this guy that's crazy, does grits all day? Or do you see this guy that loves hardcore? Or do you see this team of agents that are good at fighting and love video games? Or do you see this robber like him? Or do you see this robot that was invented and has a terrible life? Or do you see a food that looks yummy and does not talk? Or do you see a world beautifulness, anything to do when you're never bored? Or do you see a good fisherman that travels across the land? Or do you see a pirate and his face is on the flag? Wait, an octopus? Or do you see a guy that loves decoration and Christmas? Or do you see this guy? Give it a minute. This guy, oh, he's nothing you've seen. A good fighter, a legend. Or do you see a guy like this? A guy that has lots of friends and plays video games all day, so it's kinda goated. Or do you see this guy right here? I mean a girl. Ooh, excuse me. She's really buff. He looks at everything and it instantly dies. She's the guy that argues with you and stops everything. She's like your mom. Or do you see your dream girlfriend that loves decoration and looks super cool? Or do you see someone that's a gangsta, is in rock bands, loves music, but also takes lots of risks? Or do you see someone like your dad that loves everyone, saves all your friends even if they're bad? Or do you see this this guy that loves armor, or do you see finally the last person, the best of them all, the legend? That is all. Tell me in the comments which one you see when you look them in the eye. Goodbye.